from the event here today, out of interest? That's a good number. That's about just more than half, maybe 60, maybe 70%. That's really, really cool. What is really cool about that is I was speaking at an event last night at the Science Museum in London, and 10% of the people put their hands up. So congratulations to France for being more social already. I think that's really cool. The other question that I love to start my talks with customers with is when you think about everything that you're learning from today and the last couple of days and the sessions you've been to, how will you go back into your organizations and share what you've learned? Some of you may write a blog, and some people may read those blogs, but it won't be very interactive. But I bet nobody goes back and sends an email to everybody and says, hey, to 1,000 people, here's what I learned from the sessions. So think about that a little bit when you think about the power of social and about sharing a message with many, many people and having that be really interactive. So there are still, of course, people that don't know much about Yammer. So a little bit of history on us. We started 4.5 years ago in Silicon Valley. Our founder was a guy called David Sachs, who was previously the chief operating officer at PayPal. Our first investor was Peter Thiel, the founding investor in Facebook. And for 4 years, we grew very successfully with venture capital funding until in June, this company called Microsoft came along and bought us for $1.2 billion. So now Yammer is proudly part of the Microsoft Office division, and we're really, really excited about how we can grow to the next stage. In the last 4.5 years, we've reached more than 6 million people. We'll be announcing, I think, the next milestone very, very shortly. But the question for us now is how can we times 10? How can we go to 60, 70 million people with Enterprise Social and with Microsoft Cloud services? We're a global organization. We have customers that are global. The website itself is translated into more than 23 languages. And as we work with Microsoft Research Division and we think about languages, there's some really interesting things there that you'll be hearing more about from us in the coming weeks and months. We've won a bunch of different awards. One of the ones I'm really excited about is actually here from France. And what you can see on this slide, I think, is the information from the most recent, where is it? L'Echo, there, the most recent analyst report, based here in France, a sort of French analysis of the market. Now, if I showed you the previous year's slide and then the change, it's very, very dramatic. And here what you can see, I don't know if I have a laser on this thing, but you can see Yammer in the top right, and you can actually see SharePoint 2013 in the top right as well. So when I think about that, I think that the combination obviously makes a lot of sense. Analysts are very, very excited about how you combine structured content, data, enterprise search, how you combine dashboarding, workflow, permission, security models out of SharePoint, together with collaboration, real-time communication, and social and virality, and user-focused design from Yammer. So there's a really natural fit between the two. I've actually seen this happen in a number of these other reports. In Gartner, we are the first the first technology ever to go from not being in a quadrant straight into the leader quadrant. We're the only company that's ever done that in a Gartner quadrant. And in Forrester, they actually published a piece of research just after the acquisition. The research was done before the acquisition, and again, it had Microsoft and Yammer. Yammer was the #1 visionary, Microsoft the #1 for execution. So a great marriage of two companies with, I think, complementary visions. And we've been successful. We've been able to work with some of the most amazing, innovative, international, complex organizations in the world. These are some of our European-based customers. And what I'm really excited about here is that you have organizations that do work in so many different industries that are very, very regulated in how they have to think about data. So take GlaxoSmithKline as an example. Aviva investors in financial services, Shell in oil and gas. These are companies for whom data is extremely important. That's the billions of dollars in intellectual property that they need to protect, that we look after. So international organizations that have challenges like big and small companies do of people repeating work left and right, or multiple marketing teams, or multiple sales teams, or people that are distributed across different geographies. How can we bring them together? So we're helping some of the most interesting organizations in Europe.